sidelined, U.S. says end to Ukraine conflict must be acceptable to all, including Kyiv, Europe. As talks between the U.S. and Russian delegations come to an end in Saudi Arabia, U.S. Secretary of State Department Marco Rubio said that the end to the Ukraine conflict must be acceptable to everybody involved, including Ukraine and Europe. Rubio stressed that no one is being sidelined here. End to Ukraine conflict must be acceptable to all involved, including Ukraine, Europe, and Russia. The European Union needs to be involved at some point, the U.S. State Secretary said. Goal is a fair, enduring, sustainable end to Ukraine war, Rubio said after the 4-hour talks concluded in Riyadh. He further stressed that everyone involved in the Ukraine conflict has to be okay with a solution to end it. Saudi Arabia on Tuesday, February 18, hosted breakthrough U.S.-Russia talks to discuss ways to end the Ukraine war and strengthen American-Russian relations. However, Ukraine was not part of the talks, with President Volodymyr Zelensky saying that no peace agreement can be reached without Kyiv's presence. Rubio said that the European Union is going to have to be at the table in Ukraine talks. The U.S. Secretary of State added that the European nations would have to be involved in talks on ending the Ukraine war. There are other parties that have sanctions on Russia. The European Union is going to have to be at the table at some point because they have sanctions as well, said Rubio. Agreed to appoint high-level teams to end war. Moreover, the two sides agreed to appoint high-level teams to begin working on the path to end Russia's war in Ukraine as soon as possible. U.S. State Department spokesperson Tammy Bruce said that the U.S.-Russian delegation will work to end the Ukraine conflict in a way that is enduring, sustainable, and acceptable to all sides. Bruce said that the U.S. and Russia will also begin to look at future cooperation on matters of mutual geopolitical interest and historic economic and investment opportunities, which will emerge from a successful end to the conflict in Ukraine. President Trump wants to stop the killing. The United States wants peace and is using its strength in the world to bring countries together, he said, adding that Trump is the only leader in the world who can get Ukraine and Russia to agree to that. Agreed to address irritants. The delegations of both nations agreed to address irritants to their bilateral relationship with the objective of taking steps necessary to normalize the operation of our respective diplomatic missions. Moreover, the spokesperson said, the parties to today's meetings pledge to remain engaged to make sure the process moves forward in a timely and productive manner. Russia-U.S. talks on Ukraine to start in due time. Putin's foreign policy advisor, Yuri Ushakov, said that separate teams of Russian and U.S. negotiators will begin contacts on Ukraine in due time.